Most people roll into the Seder and they know this part. So then what's the point? We have to delve deeper to understand what's really going on. Every moment has a theme and every nuance matters. And when you go through it, you come out a different person. So that's what we're going to explore together. The themes, the lessons, the reasons, the purpose. Because that's what this is really all about. Okay, now we get to an incredibly interesting story. We're in the middle of the Haggadah, and clearly we speak about Chachamim, Nevonim in the last paragraph. And so we bring up an example, right? The story of the 5 rabbis in Bnei Brak. Maaseh Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Yeshua, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Tarfon. These are the great rabbis that were the leaders of the Klal Yisrael after the destruction of the second Bayis Sheni. They were of the greatest, and they got together. Hayimsum of Bnei Brak, they were together in Bnei Brak. From what I understand, is that's where the home of Rabbi Akiva was. And they were talking in Sirius Mitzrayim the entire night, proving the point that even if you're Kulanu Chachamim, Nevonim, you have to say it. Ad Shebo Talmidim, until their students came, V'amar lahem, V'amru lahem Rabboseinu Higia Zman Kriya Shema Shel Shachris. Okay, what's going on here? So the rabbis get together without their families in Bnei Brak, and they're so engrossed or they're so unaware that they're talking so much about Yetzias Mitzrayim all night long that Shachris came, and the Talmidim had to come in and say, time for Shachris. Okay, so on the surface, it seems that the story is proving the point. They knew everything, and they still spoke about it. But there's a deeper approach. And I want to share with you a really cool approach to this that I found, that I saw in the Maharal. And this is how the Maharal explains this story. It's brilliant. Maharal in Gvurus Hashem says the following. Laila hu keneged Haggadahs. What's really going on here? So no one's saying that happened. But there's a deeper reason why the Baal Haggadah brought it in. He didn't bring it in because it happened. Maybe he did. But there's another reason, the Maharal is saying. Because it's symbolic. These are the greatest rabbis that are leading the people. When are they leading the people? Remember, they're leading the people after the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash. Think about the level of pain, the level of hopelessness, the level of darkness that was felt in the generation after the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. These are the Rabbanim that are leading the people from there. Laila, in the story, who keneged Haggadahs. It's symbolic. It's night. It's dark. It's galus. Shuzman ha'hester va'elam. It's the time of hiddenness, the time of so to speak, absence. Ve'ein ha'shchina b'galoi. This is the time. Think about the story. It's like so powerful, right? These are the leaders of the people that were living in the time right after they had a Beis HaMikdash. Shchina is b'galoi. Shchina is in galus. When it says they were talking in the Metzias Mitzrayim all night, lahoros, to show ki af bizman hagalos tzrichim Yisrael la'asok tamid b'schiras hageula u'lechazik es emunah, because they were showing everybody. Now in Galus, let's keep on talking about geula. Let's keep on being strong. They were setting a statement to the world. We're in Galus. We know we're in Galus. It's Laila. It's dark. But guess what we're doing during this period of time? We're being mechazik. We're strengthening our emunah. We're telling the stories of Yetzias Mitzrayim. We're telling the stories of Hashem's going to save us. Kriya Shema Shel Shachris, meramezes al zman hageula. Shema is Hashem echad. Clarity. Hashem's here. Shachris, daytime, is a time of clarity, time of light. This idea that there's Kriya Shema Shel Shachris, meramezes, the Maharal says, al zman hageula, ke'asher hashchina tiyeh b'galui, v'yitbatlu ha'hester me'achoshech. Night is galus, Shachris is geula. What is the story telling us? Listen how brilliant. Look at the brilliance of this piece. The story, why couldn't it be that the story is they were saying it all night and they looked outside and said, it's almost time for Shachris. It's getting lighter. It's getting lighter. Here it is. Because he's even though you're waiting for it, tavo pitom, suddenly. V'tiftia afilu es hachachamim hametzapim b'chol eis. This is incredible. Here's what he's saying. Listen how brilliant this is. It's so good. It's so good. You know what this story is telling us? Yes, on one level it's saying, you're not smarter than them. Trust me. You don't know more Torah than these 5. They're doing it all night. You can survive in another hour. Like, relax. You'll eat. It'll be fine. Lean into the Seder. But it's on a deeper level. You know what it's saying? Here are the leaders of the people during darkness. These were them. These were the ones that took people through night. You know what they were doing? Strengthening themselves. Never losing faith. Never for 1 second thinking that it's not going to be okay. M'saper b'tzias Mitzrayim kol osa laila. All night. Throughout darkness, we're talking about our faith. You know what's going to happen next, he says? Even though you know it's coming and you're being mitzape, right? They did it right. Remember we spoke earlier. Go back if you forgot this part. Yachatz, we split the afikomen, right? We know it's coming. Afikomen is geula. We go the whole Seder looking for it. They did it right. Chances are they had afikomen, most likely. I'm sure, right? I'm positive. They knew they were mitzapim. They were yearning. But even though, you know what happened? The students just showed up. Because the Maharal is saying, even for the greatest rabbis, it's going to be suddenly. Geula happens suddenly. I believe in your life that happens as well. Personal redemption, personal geula. When Hashem saves the day, it's suddenly. Try this. Go through your life, and anytime you have a problem, you daven to Hashem, when it gets solved, immerse Hashem, you will see it came out of left field. Why? Because that's how Hashem does it. He reminds you, it's me. You can't predict this. We can't predict when Mashiach is coming. We want to. Maybe some people can. I don't know. But usually, in my small, humble opinion is, we're always getting stuck in this world of maybe it's the year, maybe it's the year. The Maharal is saying, even the greatest rabbis of all time, it happens suddenly. And the symbolism of this story is, when it's dark, be strong. Because the light's going to come at a time that you maybe least expected, but it's coming. These 5 leaders in darkness was being mechazik their emunah, and then out of nowhere their students came and said, time for Shema Shel Shachris, time for Hashem revealed himself in this world. And if we realize where we are in the Seder now, right? Remember, every piece of this Haggadah is setting up the story, is setting up the night. The theme that we're getting from this piece is, we just spoke a minute ago about the reviewing. Remember the game film, the deepening, the expounding. Now we're going deeper. This story isn't just to expound for itself. This is where you get your strength. This is where you get your emunah. This is where you're able to understand the depths of what it means to be a Jew. The Ramban says, from the great and public miracles of Yetzias Mitzrayim, a person comes to acknowledge the hidden miracles that are the foundation of the entire Torah. Right? This is where it happens. And you have to trust, and you have to know that even if it looks like it's not happening, even if it looks dark, the light comes in a moment. The light comes suddenly. When you believe that and live that, the story becomes your rock. You're always, so to speak, anticipating the moment that Shema of Shachris comes. And you're willing to engage in the story and understanding in the depths throughout whatever night, God forbid, that we're in. And we get stronger and stronger and stronger from it. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us for this series. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that it enhances your Seder and brings you closer to Hashem. We have some cliff notes for you in case you want a Seder companion. You can download it. Check out the series and the downloadable stuff at pesach.us, pesach.us, and hope you have a great holiday, and may we see the full redemption soon.